Gaming through the years, projects have been announced and some have become great games, and some have been tossed by the wayside, never to be seen again. I discovered a game, however, it was mostly finished, before being cancelled and being put out into an emulator for everybody to try. And when I saw that this game was basically finished, I thought to myself, why not have the game come out on the Super Nintendo? However, in 2017, this game finally came out, and my dream had become a reality. This came out on the Super Nintendo Classic. I'm talking about Star Fox 2. Exceptionally well done gameplay, great graphics, an amazing soundtrack that should have come out in 1996. But is this game as fun as I say, or do the controls make this game not very good? Let's find out on my review of Star Fox 2. Star Fox 2 was developed right after the first Star Fox game on the Super Nintendo. Nintendo wanted to create something big for the sequel to Star Fox. The critically acclaimed Super Nintendo game. The game was developed for 3 years and was mostly finished, but was scrapped what would later be put on the Nintendo 64 as Star Fox 64 in 1997. Years and years had passed and nothing was heard of for the Super Nintendo game. The game was dumped onto a ROM and people played it. However, in 2017 an announcement was made that the game was going to be finished and put on the Super Nintendo Classic. On September 29, 2017, the game was released on the Super Nintendo Classic under the name Star Fox 2. The gameplay for Star Fox 2 is pretty much the same as Star Fox 64 and Star Fox, but with a bit extra touches to the game's features. You'll be able to pick 2 pilots, and they all have certain abilities that make them valuable assets in the game. Some can heal, and some have a crap load of health. Others have less health and have huge blow up everything bombs. I stuck with Fox and Peppy for this playthrough. After this, the game begins. You're set out on a map where you decide where you want to go and what planet you want to go to, while simultaneously keeping Corneria from reaching 100% damage meter. And after picking a place or a planet, the game officially begins. In Star Fox 2, you have 2 different types of battles. One's where you're in space and one's where you're on the base. The ones on the base are really fun. It has basically the same Star Fox gameplay, and I love this about switching your R-Wing to a Landmaster sort of thing. It's really fun because the game's interesting in that way. You can infiltrate bases this way and you can actually attack more enemies this way on the ground. This gameplay is super fun and I really enjoy using that particular feature a lot. And this is where I get the space battles, and oh yeah, they are way fun, but the one issue I have is the controls. Oh good lord, the controls sucks in these sections. They basically made it inverted, but on the corners as well. And I used blow up bombs for Fox on the Star Wolf team and a few fighters, just because this Forsaken freaking aiming is horrible. Does this make the entire game bad? No, but the controls should have been better. And honestly, they could have made it so that you could get out of first person mode and into third person mode. This would have made this game a ton better. The control other than that is very tight and smooth, and I like them for the most part. The graphics in this game are really good as well for a Super Nintendo game. The 3D wireframe graphics make this game super fun, and I enjoy the graphics quite a bit. I feel like the frame dips a bit, but it's a much better improvement over Star Fox 1. And to be honest, I cannot fault this game because it was so ambitious for the time. Some things need to suffer for the technology to advance. The music and sound in this game is great as well. It really does honestly give Star Fox 1's soundtrack a run for its money. All the themes of this game fit perfect with the mood without taking the quality of music for the atmosphere in this game. The sounds in this game are great as well. Though Star Fox 64 sounds way more futuristic, the simplicity of the soundtrack makes the game awesome, and also the sound as well. When you blow up an enemy, it's super satisfying to boot. The story in this game is very simple. Star Fox is hired again by General Pepper as Andross is back to seek revenge on Corneria. After receiving the call, Star Fox investigates the Lylat system, and after getting through Andross's fleet and taking out the final base, the final battle ensues. After Star Fox defeats Andross, Corneria is saved once again, and the credits ensue. That's the ending of the adventure of Star Fox 2. The story's not really something to shake a stick at. You only get this cool cutscene at the beginning, and other than that, there's really no plot to tell. So let's see what the pros and cons are about. The pros are the gameplay, graphics, music, and sound are awesome, and I love this game's soundtrack. They really took care on those few things because this game is actually pretty special in my eyes. The cons are the controls on the space battles. They suck, and I hate those sections with a freaking passion. and honestly they could have done more with the story. Star Fox had a really cool concept and I wish they could have done more with it. Star Fox 2 is a really fun time if you have a half hour to kill. From what I have played of this game, I really love the solid effort for Nintendo, and it's something you all should try. I give the game score an 8.7 out of 10. This game is pretty fun and pretty great, but with the controls on the space battles and lacking a story, I would say this score is pretty fair. Thanks for watching, folks. I'll see you in the next episode.